Hi everyone, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. I'd like to thank you for checking out another one of my videos. Today I want to talk about real estate agent subject, something that many agents get stuck in a bad situation because they make the wrong choice when they choose what broker to work with. So I want to go over how to choose the right broker, how to choose the right system for you, and if you are in the wrong situation now, how you can change that and fix it so things get better for you in the future. Right. So if you're a brand new agent, many agents get hung up on the commission split. So as an agent, you have to work under a broker. In almost every state, you have no choice. That broker is responsible for your actions, takes liability for your actions, and also has some responsibility to help train you, teach you, and help you become a good agent. Now there's many varying degrees of training and help that brokers offer. Many of you may have heard of 100% split companies. And what that means is the agent gets to keep 100% of the commissions they make when they sell a house. They may have to pay a transaction fee, $299, $499, or they might have some office fees to pay, but they get to keep all their commission splits. Many brokers, many agents, see that and say, oh my God, that's awesome. That's what I'm going to do. I want to keep all my money. The problem is those brokerages usually offer the bare bones minimum as far as services, training, and support for that agent. Being a real estate agent is not easy. It's much different than having a regular job. You have to train yourself in many cases. You have to motivate yourself. You have to get yourself to work. You have to get yourself showing houses. No one else is going to tell you to do it, force you to do it like a boss would, because a boss can fire you. Because of that, you need all the training and support that you can get when you first start out. And those 100% split companies won't give you the training and support you need. Many agents end up going to those companies, do really bad when they first start out. They don't sell any houses. Maybe they sell one house in the first 6 months. They get frustrated and they quit, thinking real estate is just a horrible industry to be in, there's no money in it. The simple fact is they just made the wrong choice with where to start and how to get started in the business. So when you're looking for a broker, don't pay attention to the splits as much as you do the training and what that broker offers. Selling one house at 100% split commission is not better than selling 10 houses at a 50%, 60%, or 70% split. You're going to make a lot less money when you don't have the training because you're just not selling houses. Maybe when you get to a point where you've learned the business, you're successful, you've built up your own client database, then maybe you can move to a brokerage that has a smaller split because you don't need that training, you don't need the support, and you don't need the lead system. And that's another thing many brokerages offer that have the full training, a full office, and the lower splits, is they will even give you leads. They'll give you floor time, which is when someone calls into an office, they don't have an agent, maybe they're calling just to look at houses on a house that they may have seen listed somewhere. That's called floor time, where the secretary will send that to an agent in the office who is designated for that time to take in floor calls. Another one is some offices have Zillow or Trulia, some other sources of leads that they get, and they will distribute those leads to agents in their office. Maybe it's a round robin situation, maybe it's a first come first serve, but they will provide leads to their agents. They also advertise their office in the paper and Homes and Land. They have a great internet presence. And some offices provide allocations for advertising to their agents as well. They know the more their name is out there, the more their properties are out there, the better their office will do. So seriously think about, if you want to be successful in this business, don't just pick an agency because it's got the highest commission split to you. Pick the agency that will train you the best, offer you the most leads, and mentor you into becoming a great agent, because you're going to make much more money selling more houses at a lower split than selling a few houses at the higher split. So, some things to look for when you're looking at a brokerage. Number one, how many agents do they have? Do they have an actual office, or are you going to be an at-home agent? For me personally, I can't work at home. There's too many distractions. I have my family, I have my kids. If I'm at home, I'm constantly, being asked to do something here, or I've got some chore I'm supposed to be doing. The kids want me to play with them. It's just too many distractions. I can't do it. I don't get work done. So I always come into the office when I need to work. Maybe you're different, but I think for a lot of people it's the same way. They tell themselves they can work at home, but unless you can lock yourself in your basement or somewhere with no distractions, you're probably not going to be as efficient as if you're in an office. So one, I think it's important, even if you do work at home, that your brokerage has an office. They have somewhere where clients, sellers, buyers can walk in, talk to a secretary, sit down with you in a professional space. I think that goes a long way to building trust and people knowing that you're a legitimate company, a legitimate agent. Second thing, besides an office, how many agents? There's just a couple agents, that's not always a bad thing. If they've got a physical office, maybe that means more training. If they've got 200 agents, that could mean they offer no training because they don't have time, or maybe they've got a great training system that's set up to handle all those agents. It's all going to be relative to the brokerage because they're all different. The biggest thing you can do is talk to the broker, interview the broker, find out what they offer you, what kind of training, what kind of lead sources, and what they expect out of you. There are some offices that will not bring on new agents unless they're willing to work 40 hours a week in the office, take part in their mentor training program, do tasks, and they're very serious about it. And really, that is an awesome system because it makes you be accountable, it makes you be in the office, and it makes you work hard towards building your business. You don't have to go to that type of office, but you do need an office that has a broker who will be able to help you, talk to you once in a while. Best case scenario is you can find a mentor in the office, whether it's the broker or another agent who's been successful, who will take you with them to show you, how they talk to sellers, how they talk to buyers, really give you hands-on experience on how to sell houses, whether listing it or working with buyers. Many offices will offer online training, which is okay, but again, you can get online training pretty much anywhere you want. I offer online training myself. In-person training in your local market is by far the best thing you can do to learn the business. So see how much time they're going to devote to you, what kind of training programs they have for you, and again, what type of leads. Do they have floor time available? Is it going to be 1 hour every 2 weeks, or is it going to be a couple hours a week? How much floor time is available? Do they do advertising? Will they give you advertising dollars? Do they have a great website that brings in traffic? I don't think that's a deal killer as far as choosing a brokerage, but search on Google for houses in your area for sale. See where their website pops up. Is it 2, 3, 4, 5, or can you not find it at all? You have to go to the 10th page to find their office. It's better to have a good web presence, but I don't think it's necessary. You can always build your own website as well to try and build that web presence, but it helps if your office does it too. So, lots of things to consider when you're choosing the right broker. Besides the things I talked about, does it personally fit you? Do you get along with the broker? Do you feel a connection? Or do you butt heads and have some issues? You don't want to be in a situation where you're never going to get along with your broker, where you guys see differently on every situation. So that's something to consider as well. How close is it to your work? How close is it to your marketplace? Many things you really need to think about. So the best thing to do is write a pros list, a cons list, interview the broker you're thinking about working with. Don't be afraid to ask any questions about training, about leads, about costs, fees, how all of that works. Don't just choose the broker because they offer 100% split and you think that'll make you the most money, because it won't in the long run. You won't sell as many houses. It'll be much more difficult moving forward in the business. Alright, thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate your support. Again, much more information on investformore.com. Thanks a lot.